Hello, Federal viewers. Welcome to a chat with our political analyst, Mr. T Ramakrishnan. We will be talking to him about the recent appointment made by the DMK government in Tamil Nadu. The senior IAS officials have been made as spokespersons for the government. What does this mean? How will this impact? Let's talk to Mr. T Ramakrishnan on this. Hello, sir. Welcome to the show.
Hello, welcome. Yes, please go ahead. Hello.
The Tamil Nadu government has appointed four senior IAS officials as its own
Mhm.
spokespersons, senior bureaucrats who already have a lot of work pending and who have many important decisions to make. How they could be appointed as the spokespersons, why the government opted to give this publicity work to senior IAS officials. It's just 10 months ahead of elections now.
Uh, this, I think, as far as the first question is how they could be appointed or how could they be designated, rather, spokespersons, I think that's the prerogative of the government. Okay, I don't think there you can question them. And then I think the government, when the government uh, it shows that the government has confidence in the ability of the four persons in communicating the government's measures, policies, schemes, and all that. So, okay, so that I think perhaps there is. I think this is a new concept or scheme being worked out through bureaucrats. Okay, of course you have a standing department like information and public relations and DIPR, what we call, but in fact that's the department which is supposed to disseminate information on all the government's activities, schemes, policies, measures, etc. But I think the government activities have become so big and then their scope has become so wide that the government has felt, I think, the need for drafting the four senior IAS officers for this purpose. As far as the question about, the comment about that their availability or what you said that when they have their own pressing work, okay, amid their tight and busy schedule, how could they devote time to this? But I think that's a question of time management which they will have to do. I think they will be able to do. And then because the one thing is, what I like is that each officer has been given a set of departments. Okay, so the officers concerned, now they have been told what departments they will be broadly overseeing or supervising or whatever it is with regard to the dissemination of information. So this is basically for the purpose of dissemination of information. Okay, and I don't think they will be acting. That is their role is to monitor the performance of departments. I don't think that's the purpose for which the government has made them or designated them spokespersons. But I think
Okay.
this is it's a new experiment, rather new thing they are working out, and okay, fine. That's I think I don't see anything wrong per se with regard to this, but only problem, only hitch that they will be having is that when you ask them, rather when you ask them with the political, politically when you put a
They cannot
politically
respond in for political questions.
yes, yes. When you put them politically loaded questions, I don't think they will be able to respond. So, um,
But
ideally, the government.
don't you think this as a big move ahead of elections? DMK is doing this. Don't you think this is genuinely this is a political move?
I don't see any political motive behind this move. Number one, but the point is that the at least three of the four officers who I know very well, They are all clean, competent, well-meaning, okay, and they are known for their PR skills, and so then they will do. So that's the one point. There is, see, they have chosen very consciously the people who have got who conform to these qualities. Okay, and I think the government selection is very deliberate, very conscious. It is not a random selection. But the point is, ideally, the ministers, if you have designated some ministers as spokespersons, I think there then they will be able to those spokespersons will be able to take these political questions. In fact, in Karnataka, that's what they did only last year. I think so before elections, Siddaramaya designated four ministers as government spokespersons. So like that, this could have been also done here, but I think maybe
But
this is the first step.
but appointing the civil servant as spokespersons, has this been tried in any other states?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But normally, the you see the DIPR or similar department, the head of the department is supposed to be the spokesperson. Okay, but they given the task in which they are involved, I don't think they will be able to. They think in any. I don't think in any of the states that directors of information public relations have been able to perform that role, the role of being spokespersons. So normally, chief secretary or finance secretary, because these are the two persons who, and then home secretary. These are the three persons who know almost in and out of the government. But but again, given their brief and then responsibility, etc., they will not be doing. They don't have time for our inclination to perform as spokespersons. So this only in only on select occasions, the government would ask somebody to explain their stand. But it's in fact in the last 10 or 15 years, if you see, whenever the any press interaction that has taken place between the government officer and the media, normally the secretaries of the respective departments do that. Okay. So then, so in fact, 4 or 5 years ago, when there was a scam with regard to that PM Kisan, okay, in Kalakurchi and then Viluppuram district, and I think it was Mr. Gagandip Singh Bedi, who was Secretary of Agri Department, did the briefing. Okay, so some ineligible people had got some allegations there were that ineligible farmers had received PM Kisan funds. So the point I'm making is, on such occasions, the secretaries of the departments concerned had interacted with the media, but now they have identified four people, and each of them has been given a set of departments. The point I am, okay, when you read the press release, that they will collect information from the departments concerned, they are the secretaries, and then they will consult the chief secretary. Accordingly, they will provide or they will share info.
Okay,
That's
but
what
don't
they are
you
saying.
think the line will blur?
I don't think, because
Yes,
they are all
but
very
don't you
senior
think
people.
the line will blur because
Yes,
the
yes, I
civil
know, I know
servants
that. There's,
acting as a
yes, yes.
spokesperson, and
There
they
is
will
nothing.
they will they will
Hmm.
only get to talk only on how the chief minister has performed, how the minister has performed, what are the data available for this scheme, all that. Why their skills should be used to publicize the work of the government. Don't you think this line will become blurred? We have seen many IAS and IPS officials now quitting their jobs, and they are into political parties. On the other side, when we can we raise the question, this will become a short route for them to join a political party. Don't you think the line will blur?
As far as the first question is that whether the line will get blurred, they have all put in 30 years of service at least. Okay, each of them, so they know how to handle the media, and then what to speak and what not to speak. All that they know. I don't think. they require any coaching or training in
Yes.
this regard. Okay, and they are all governed by All India Civil Service rules, and then so they would be knowing much more than anybody else. So they will be. I think that's what. So they. I don't think they will exceed their brief, or they will cross the line. Okay, red line. Okay, I think they will be very careful to such an extent that they don't violate any of their conduct rules, etc., etc. So that their job is to ensure dissemination of information, okay,
Okay.
on the schemes and policies that the government would like these people to share. So I think that's what they will do. And then my as far as my understanding of the arrangement goes, there is no bar on secretaries of the departments to share info with the media, okay,
Okay.
when they ask them, when they approach them, when approached, okay. And then because on day-to-day basis these people won't be able to know what is happening in say for example health, like take the case of health, which is a very huge department, food and civil supplies, another huge department. So Dr. J. Radhakrishnan won't be knowing each and everything that is happening in this department. Then he will not be able to do his main core job. The core job is being the power utility chairman. Okay, so that itself a huge task. So I think his job is to, my understanding is, he will facilitate the flow of information from the departments concerned and the media. So as far as so that part is concerned, they will be very careful enough. Then that they will not exceed their line or red line or their brief. As far as the
Yeah,
second
but
observation,
do,
the
don't
second
you think
observation
this?
about whether they will quit the job, I think that
Yeah,
is, I,
they
I don't
will
think
this
this.
not will this not encourage them to switch to a
I
political
think so.
party?
I
Will
don't think so. I don't think so. See, you take the case of Tamil Nadu. In the last 10 years, you take there have been several chief secretaries. Okay, when they were chief secretaries, they had to function in unison with the political leadership. Okay, the chief secretary and chief minister, finance minister, they had to function as a well knit team. How many? None of the chief secretaries who retired had joined the political party, any of the political parties. So in Tamil Nadu, I don't think this the practice of civil servants joining politics is relatively, I would say, uncommon. Relatively uncommon. It's not that none of them have joined, but some of them have joined. But they are all far and few. Okay, those isolated cases can't be generalized. Number one.
okay, I
And
understand.
then, so I don't think this will become the shortcut route for them to become political activists at a later point of time. I
Okay,
don't think so. But of course, this actually Miss Amuda's husband. Okay. So he went to he belongs to Karnataka, and then that is Shambhu Kalolikar. Of course, he joined politics. But the point was that he was never he had not functioned as spokesperson. Okay, so here and there are some cases, but the point I'm making is this assignment will not encourage them or motivate them to take to politics. But I don't think so. I don't think so. They will be. They're all seasoned people, so they
okay,
don't. I don't think they will get tempted. Okay.
okay.
Uh,
How will this initiative help in increasing transparency of the government?
that depends upon how these people conduct themselves. Okay. Of course, I think if that leads to transparency, greater transparency, it's a very good. It's a very good, and also lot of lack of clarity about the government schemes. I think that all that will be, all that should be erased. Okay, but the point is that how these people are going to perform and how these people are going to take their job forward. That is that remains to be seen. Okay, but I hope that will eventually lead to greater transparency.
Fine. Fine, sir. Thank you. Thanks very much for sharing your information. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you,
Thank you.
fellow viewers. Please like, share, and comment this video, and let us know the kind of topics which you want to be discussed. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.